Today we are going to see the window dissection of the femoral triangle. As per the name suggests, it's the triangular area that is present on the anteromedial aspect of the thigh. And for opening this up, we have three incisions. The first incision is a curved incision that continues from the anterior superior iliac spine to the pubic tubercle. The lower horizontal curvature is a straight incision that joins in between the upper 1/3 and the lower 2/3 of the front of the thigh, and the vertical incision is joining the middle points of two incisions. Now, the contents and the boundaries of the femoral triangle.
So, the femoral triangle should be bounded on the three sides. Starting from the medial side of the femoral triangle, which is formed by the medial border of the adductor longus. This muscle, the adductor longus. Next, the lateral border of the femoral triangle will be formed by the medial margin of the sartorius muscle. The sartorius muscle is the longest muscle in our body. And lastly, the base of the femoral triangle will be formed by the inguinal ligament, which we are not being able to see here, but it extends from the anterior superior iliac spine to the pubic tubercle. And the apex is a point which is formed by when the medial and the lateral borders of the femoral triangle cross each other. Now the contents of the femoral triangle. Starting from the roof of the femoral triangle, there will be the skin, the superficial fossa containing the inguinal lymph nodes, the cutaneous arteries and the accompanying veins, some of the cutaneous nerves, and the great saphenous vein. But since due to incision we have cut the skin and the superficial fossa, we are not able to see the rest of the contents. But the only remaining part is the great saphenous vein. Next, we would see that the great saphenous vein continues upwards and it is drained by its three tributaries. This one is the superior external pudendal vein. This one is the superior epigastric vein, and this one, as you can see, this one is the superior circumflex iliac vein. These drain into the great saphenous vein, and the great saphenous vein in turn drains into the femoral vein. The femoral vein, as you can see, this dark one, this is the femoral vein. And just lateral to the femoral vein, we can see the femoral artery. Both these vessels are supposed to be enclosed in a femoral sheath, but in the course of incision, we have also removed the femoral sheath. And more laterally to the femoral artery, we would see two structures. First, a thin nerve structure, which is the femoral branch of the genitofemoral nerve. It occupies the same space as the femoral artery in the femoral sheath, or more specifically, it occupies the lateral compartment of the femoral sheath. And now we'll see the femoral nerve. This is not included in the femoral sheath, but it lies lateral to the femoral artery and is a content of the femoral triangle. Now, for some extra part, we would see some of the adductor muscles which can be seen on the medial side of the thigh. As we have already mentioned the adductor longus, if we pull the adductor longus upwards, we would be able to see the adductor brevis muscle, the adductor longus, the adductor brevis muscle, and in between there is a nerve. This is the anterior division of the obturator nerve. And now we would pull the adductor brevis upwards and we will be able to see another muscle, a deep muscle on the medial part. This will be the adductor magnus. And between them, there will be another nerve, will be the posterior division of the obturator nerve. So these were the contents and the boundaries of the femoral triangle. The incision of the femoral, we started with the incision of the femoral triangle, the boundaries of the femoral triangle and the contents of the femoral triangle. And then we saw some of the muscles of the adductor component. Thank you.